Hello, Rainy Day Crafting. Sarah, I'm here today. Instead of making a card, although I'll possibly do another video making it into a card, but I'm actually going to do a fridge magnet today. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to use, anybody who's probably already following me already knows, because I'm quite new on this. Chocolate is my thing, because when I'm using up, because I'm a lover of using up all lots of bits and pieces that are around you, whether it be your cornflake wrappers, your boxes and things, and use the card, because yes, there's lots of lovely cards and you can make lots of things, but sometimes there's things already at hand to use. Anyway, what we're going to use is this comes from Woodware, which actually I got from Craft Stash. I really like that as a company. I got it quite recently, but it actually says, once upon a time I was hungry and that's what happened to your chocolate. That'd be about right for me. Anyway, so I'm going to be using a stamping platform. This is a Tonic Tim Holtz stamping platform. And when I was doing one of my other videos, which I might have commented on, I didn't realise this came out. I'll quickly show you. Can you sort of see? And it's got for rubber one side and clear the other. So which I was thinking somehow I'd lost a bit of foam or something to go in it. Anyway, what we need to do, first of all, get that all nice and ready. I've already pre-cut some card. Any of your spare card, I generally keep. I'll show you this, look. Can you sort of see? This is all my cards and spare papers and things that are cut out. Keep them all purely because you'll use them up for lots of things. And I'll always encourage you, to not waste it. So what we need to do is pop one of these pieces of card in here. The idea of these, you don't have to have one of these stamping platforms. No, of course you don't. But what I'm going to show you, if you don't get it quite right, basically it's very hard to get it in the right place again. So right, that's going to go there. So I put it face down as it will be. Literally pop the door over, shut it, and then ta-da. Oh, that's obviously, fortunately it's in the right place. That's in the right place. So that's left a mark because obviously, you know me, I do like a little bit like Blue Peter, one I done earlier. So what I'm going to do, I'm using some of these distressed inks, distressed oxides, stamping pads. Okay, so while I was practicing doing this, it's a case of getting the technique right sometimes, isn't it? So I literally, look, just swiped it away. So this is the chocolate. The original one I did do was I just stamped the whole thing up with VersaFine, which this is absolutely brilliant. VersaFine pigment ink for fine details. So I'm doing it half and half. You can, oops, no, that's now made that a little bit this was a new stamp and you sort of have to work them. Just a bit of a tip. When you have a brand new stamp, if you then do a whole rubber or something over, that almost like takes the extra, I don't know whether it's packaging or what it is that they have on there. I now can't find typically a, just want to take this off here a little bit because I don't particularly want it. That's okay, because, right. So then, that hopefully is inked enough. If it hasn't, you'll know exactly what I now mean. Press down on there. If you do lots of these, it can actually make that quite sore. Anyway, see, now that's classically, maybe it's because I'm showing you how to do it. It's done the chocolatey bit, but it's not particularly done. I've missed out some of that. Where if you used a regular stamp, it'd be very hard to get it in the same place again, but you don't have to have one. Although I think a stamping platform would probably be one of my top 10 things to buy. Obviously, there's lots of ones on the market. I've actually got a couple. The one I think I originally had come from Hobbycraft, but I've only just started using this one, but this is lovely. Right, so can you see, once upon a time I was hungry, and that's what happened to your chocolate. So with no ado, I should take this away. If you then stamp that like I now did, I don't think I need it anymore, put it out of the way, it's still wet, you can then literally put your embossing powder. Now in here, because it was a big tub, I'll show you the tub, but it's the Wow embossing powder, clear gloss, super fine. To be fair, my husband does glass work, and so he's used the tub for something, because this is just a tub I use, which works really well. But that is really, really good. Okay, wow, embossing powder, clear gloss, but super fine. So that will really sort of get hold of all the little bits and pieces. Then this is why I use the tub, because it's very easy to do. Although I nearly always seem to get some on my workspace. Okay, so there we go. Pop that out the way. And then my heat gun's here at the ready. Turn that on. This is always the magic that I think. Hold it so sometimes underneath to sort of start it off a little bit. So it's quite thick card I've used. And then watch this. You know, if I try and hold it at an angle so you can really see. It'll probably show more noticeable when I do the black. Mind your fingers because it does get quite hot. There we go. I haven't got long enough. I might get my husband to put me a longer wire on this. It doesn't give me much play. Okay, it's got a little bit sort of the black there. There we go. Can you see? Look at that. Every time it's like magic. But the beauty of it, I'll tell you in a minute when I've stopped doing this. Right. I don't need that anymore. So with this, can you see the embossing powder give an absolutely beautiful gloss? One of them that I did earlier, I just did black, and obviously the chocolate was black, which you'll see in a minute or two. Some I did earlier, and different ideas. But anyway, that's what I've done. The next thing, if you then get distressed oxides, because obviously there's other brands out there, but this lovely purpley colour I thought would be quite nice for the wrapper. But as we know, lots of bars of chocolate out there and lots of different ideas. Now I seem to have mislaid. Oh, I tend to do it on another thing, but it doesn't matter. I'll use this. This is a bit of that, you know, you put in the oven to stop things sticking. So I'm just putting some of this on here. Don't need much. Right, okay. And then, have you seen these? These are brilliant. Water brushes. So you literally unscrew them, pop some water in, so water comes through too. So where I'm now doing this, so it ends up almost being like watercolouring. Now, I've hopefully left that long enough, but when you then do this, it gives it right. I'm going to try and do this quickly because, you know, you don't necessarily, this is when eventually I'll get to work out how you edit these videos, and then that'll cut it out, because I don't want to be that I keep you on here ages and ages and ages, because I think you'll get bored and you won't subscribe or you won't watch me. But anyway, I want to sort of keep you interested in lots of different techniques. So there we go. Like I say, I'm trying to do this quickly. Then the gathered twigs. Oh no, I use tea dye colour. These are distressed oxides. Lovely. Obviously you stamp with them. As you saw, I managed to do that chocolate, which was with that gathered twigs colour. And then this tea dye, which probably not going to be able to see this on here very well. No, like I say, I normally... Oh, here it is. Oh, I try and get everything ready for you. Yeah, one of these acrylic blocks which you stamp with. You know, instead of using the stamping platform, you get different sizes in these. So where's my lid gone? There we go. So I don't know which one of those I'd use, or I just want to use another one. Right, can you see the water sort of? I just want to literally just do the wrapper bit there. I don't know how quickly this is going to dry. I hope if I muck it up, I muck it up. It's one of those things. I just want to show you the process. Right. Then I suppose if you were doing this, you'd probably take your time more. But the beauty is, when you do it with the embossing, it gives it a bit of an edge. So it's almost like you sort of end up like colouring in between the lines. Obviously, I'm using Distress size. Please, if you've got crayons, felt tips, don't rush out and buy them. Although, if you are seriously getting into crafting, I think they're a lovely set. There's lots of sets on the market, but they dry up. If you saw the card I did, my last one, that was with those different colors, oranges and things, but they dry up almost chalky and are quite beautiful. Right, so there we have practically done. So my plan is then maybe I'm going to fussy cut it out. Fingers crossed it isn't still too wet, so then I won't ruin it. So here we go. I'll try and, not the most hard thing to cut out, is it? So maybe it's drying while I'm doing this. I'm trying to do it quickly, but if you were now doing one of these, although I'm doing this as a magnet, and you know, it's a chocolate bar, you don't have to rush out and buy a chocolate bar. You might have some nice stamps, some flowers, or anything, you know, whatever resonates with you or whatever you'd like to have a go at. But it's just the technique I'm teaching you more than anything. So yes, that's a nice little stamp from Woodware, but if you've already started crafting, you've got something in your stamp set that'll be perfectly okay. Right, this is quite a thick card I'm using it on, actually. Couldn't tell you what thickness it is, purely because it was in my sort of scrap box, because every little bit of these scraps help. Right, nearly there. Like I say, I have made a few, but I'm just going to show you the... Right, there we go, nearly there. Right, so then literally, you have laminating pouches. So this is one, because I'll show you in a minute the ones I did earlier, because it'd be nice to comment if you're enjoying this, subscribe if you're enjoying this, and also, you know, we all pick up tips from each other probably. So just obviously I need to have that big enough. I don't want it to smear. So when I did one of my videos, I didn't think my not laminator, my cut this was going to work very well, because I think the blade's getting quite rubbish, but that cuts through butter through these laminating sheets. Obviously you can get smaller laminating sheets, can't you? But just for today I've just cut up a big one, but I didn't like to waste the whole. Oh, it's going to be a humbug for now opening up, I suppose. There we go. Fingers crossed that now. I've got dogs. I always worry about dogs' hairs getting in things. Now, I've already got my laminator warmed up on here. So I'm going to, but unfortunately, I'm going to be wasting this sheet. But there you go. Not much else I can do about that, is there? Unless I cut a piece. Oh, no. Right. Right. That won't take long to get through there. But what I want to then show you, some that I did earlier, okay? Oh, I'll show you that some other time as well, because my rainy day crafting, I stamped on the back of it. But these ones I done, as you can see, this one was the first one I done, and I literally printed it up, the whole thing in VersaFine ink, and it ended up like that. And I thought, oh, anybody knows me, I like milk chocolate. So then I tried again and used this gathered twigs and just swept it across, and so that was that. But I quite like how they've turned out. Oh no, that's just mucked up. How annoying is that? But anyway, and then I did just pop some through just with the card round. So I might have a go while this is I'll turn it off now. So laminated quite quickly, but look what's happened. Would you? Oh no, that's probably all right. That's okay. That just, do you know what? Just for the sake of that, because it doesn't take long, I'm going to pop it through again, and that'll probably be all right. I must have accidentally. No, do you know what I might do? I put it through the other way. With a bit of luck, that will straighten that out as we come out. So back to these. I thought, oh, with the edges like that, I'll have a go at cutting one out now, but hang on, what I'll first do with my cutter is cut them down a bit. And again, some of these cutters you can have that they allow you to put the grooves in as well when you're folding cards and things, but this is a straightforward cutter. Okay, so what's on the outside? Oh no, oh no. I want so much of that, it's mucked up even more, I think. Anyway, oh well, it's definitely going to be quite a thick magnet. Somehow, look at that, that's wrinkled up. I don't know why that's doing that. Look at that. I thought by putting it through again that'd be fine. I'll just let that cool off for a minute or two. So I'll just turn that off so we know what we're doing. So with these, again, potentially you could fussy cut round. But I was more concerned because it's in heat seal, that might then open up. But if you left it with, say, just, you know, just a little bit of an edge, maybe that would still be okay. There's a little look, nearly there. Still quite sturdy. Obviously this is the one that I thought was going to be much better, which with a bit of luck I just chop that off there. Rather than have, you get the gist of what I'm doing anyway, but I don't know why that managed to catch up like that, but it did. Maybe I rushed it through to start with. Obviously I would cut that through much. Do you know what, actually, when you look at that, that's not too bad, is it, with that little bit of edge around there? So maybe that would sort of keep them flatter. So then, if you're a crafter, if you're not, sometimes when you get some dies and things, they come on, this is magnetic, yeah? So what I would then do, to use my sticky scissors for this, you don't need much necessarily. I keep them all to my side, yeah? So, I mean, some of them I've used when I want to put my dies through, which, to be fair, that would sort of stick on there, no problem. So then, with a little bit of double-sided, as far as I know, there's magnets, don't they have a positive and a negative? But anyway, let's just put that on there. Because I'm rushing, I'd probably make this much neater. Double-sided. Obviously, if you're given 21, this is less problematic than if it was small. So I have got some tiny little magnets there, which that would go on to. Yeah, that so obviously if that was now on your fridge, there you go. So one of my, not my next video, but another video, I shall be putting where these are made onto a card. So then, you know, people have the card, say it was lovely, and throw them away, don't they? But maybe, you know, you could do flowers or something like that, which can then be made into a fridge magnet. So I have got a Facebook page, Rainy Day Crafting. Feel free to join it. It's only a few on there at the moment because I'm quite new to this. And anyway, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next time. Thank you. Push that subscribe button.